Hello, Paul Massaro here. In this video, the second half of our first video, we'll be discussing values and how to create them using cross-hatching and stipple dots. Hello, Paul Massaro here with the Artist Cafe. Today we're talking about tips and tricks for doing our stipple. If you look closely here, I did cross-hatching. Over the cross-hatching, I laid fat diameter dots, and then over the fat diameter dots, I laid smaller diameter dots. This really speeds you up, and you can go from cross-hatching to stipple value gradations quickly. There's a little close-up of the cross-hatching I have here that I'm going to turn into stipple. And we will slowly gradate our values out and give it a nice three-dimensional look. So stay tuned. All right, so I'm going to go in there and I'm going to darken up this area. Darken up where this hand goes here. And once that's cross-hatching, our stipple will begin. Let's get the cross-hatching in right around the finger here. It's really getting dark. Right past where the thumb hits the palm here. So this is gonna be cross-hatched right about here. I want to leave it a little lighter where there's a indication of the knuckle sticking out, but the rest of it is going to be cross-hatched. Now what I'm doing here is just traditional cross-hatching. I'm not whipping my pen line out or anything. First parting a stipple is the shadow of the thigh on up and around the finger here. And this is just a bunch of little dots. Still using the number 1 Koh-I-Noor 0.50. And as I bring the stipple up and out, we will switch to a smaller pen. If it is capable of being seen on the screen, it might be too small. So we might have to cheat. I'm trying not to have any dot in the same spot, so when I do dots, I'm kind of alternating my dots like this. Okay, so if I'm going up here, if I'm doing the hand dots, I'm going back and forth. I'm not putting any two dots in the same spot. Okay, and then I can add more to it. See? Basically what I'm doing. I'm sprawling the dots out for see what we're doing? Is that close enough? So the dots are starting to emerge from the cross-hatching, and the cross-hatching is starting to turn into dots. some people love stipple, some people hate stipple. To me, stipple is almost like a meditative process. I kind of get lost in what I'm doing. And if you love stipple, you will too, and it'll become almost like a meditative practice. See, I'm so meditated out, I can't even pronounce words, which is nothing new for me because I'm terrible at that. But I'm great at doing dots. Okay, and my cross hatching is now becoming all stipple. Half the time. So this is really the easy stuff, the stuff that you can really blow right through. This has got to dry, I don't want to touch it. But I really like the shadow across her lower belly. Let's bring that up. Let me just blow on this, make sure it's dry. Okay, I'm gonna put my hand over here because I just don't trust that ink yet. Okay. I'm gonna bring up my cross hatching a little bit. This is a huge area. And I'm gonna use my 00, which is 0.30 rapidograph. Cross hatching, I'm going to add another angle to the angle. Go dark to light. Okay, so what has happened here? Let's get a darker pen up so you can see what I'm doing. Cross hatching. Level 1. Everything's at a 90-degree angle. Then you're going to come back and go through. And if you want to go darker, go through at another angle again. How we darken our cross hatching. You can keep doing that and adding layers until it's black if you want. That's how you get your gradations going. Now we're back to our dots. Okay, I'm going to start fading out this hand a little bit here. Those are our first row of dots there. This is pretty dark on the thumb here, so I'm going to use this larger pen there also. Okay, a little more dotting on the lower stomach here, because I'm going to start spacing out these dots a lot further so I can interspace more dots with a smaller pen. Okay, so this is a pretty nice gradation here. Now I'm going to take the small 00 rapidograph and pull this up and out. Okay, this is my shadow line across the stomach. This is where I'm going to start fading it out, so I'm just giving myself a good indication with the pen. Again, doing my dots, sprawling them out, not concentrating in one spot where I'll get a blob. We have a little shadow going here where her oblique muscle is, so let's get that indicated. Okay, as I go along the stomach here, come out, this is going to go from dark to light, so I'm going to start working on that now. Have a nice gradation of shadow. Now I'm going to do this with a stipple that's pretty sprawled out, just to give myself an indication of where I want things to go. And then I can stare at my picture and see what needs to be darkened. Let's get this oblique muscle here. This is going to give me an idea of how dark I want this to be. So this time I have the pen that is between my small and my medium. This is 0.35 or 0 rapidograph, Koh-I-Noor. Down on the bottom here I use the 1, which is a 0.50. And for the small dots, I did a 00, which is a 0.30. So this one's right in between. And I'm merging the heavy dots with the small dots. So, let's see how far I've gotten now. Slowly but surely, she's starting to emerge from the dots. This is dark in here, and it lightens up as it goes down. So we're going to start with the cross hatching here, and then we'll probably fade it out to just using dots. See how we've gone our cross hatching into heavy dots into medium dots. I haven't added the light dots yet here or in here. Continuing on the neck and arm with our stipple. Okay, so now we're going to start with doing some stipple on the face. And of course that's where things get fun, because the face is really complicated and not huge boring areas. So let's get to tone here. First got to get around the little highlight in her neck here. You probably can't see it in the picture, but I can see it. So alright, now I'm going to slow it down. I'm getting into the different shapes and shadows in the face, so I'm not going to be working as fast. I want to be really precise. Like I said, people forgive everything except the face and hands, and got to pay attention to that. So let's get our shadows in the face to look great. The last tip or trick from this video is just make sure you hold your paper really taut. That way your dots will come out nice and round. If If you like this video, please hit the like button below, subscribe, and share with anybody that might find this information useful.